controlling the line of scrimmage and running the football.
I don't know if those were real game balls Sean McVay was handing out earlier, if he just grabbed them from the kicker's bag. They were well-deserved in any event. Great win for the Rams. Here's Coach at the podium.
Tonight, really, I just thought offense, defense, special teams were outstanding from the jump. So much respect for Coach Garrett and the Cowboys. That's a really, really tough, good football team. A lot of great players, great coaches. So that's a big-time win for us. And I thought the key was being able to hold them to 50 yards and being able to rush for over 270 tonight. We knew it was going to be a physical game. I thought CJ and Todd both were outstanding. I thought the offensive line was great from the start. Aaron continued to make big-time plays at the right moments, and really that kind of personifies our team, being able to get some key stops to close out the game. But, you know, it's a step in the right direction, and then we'll see who we play next week tomorrow. It means a lot for this team, Lindsay, and I think that's kind of what's special about it is to be able to see guys, you know, have that success and then be a part of it and be able to share it with them. That's what's so special about football. You're talking about a guy like Andrew Whitworth's been playing as long as he has, to see him play at the level that he played at tonight, and then to be able to get his first playoff win with these guys, his teammates that I know he cares so much about and loves these guys. And now, you know, we've got a big game next week that we'll get ready for starting tomorrow.
A week ago, there's like sometimes a misconception that you guys just throw the ball around the yard, but you're really a running team first and foremost. You think you showed that tonight on a national stage? Like, that's what we...
You know, I think that was a big part of what we wanted to be able to do. And you know, our guys were creating great movement. We were getting efficient runs on early down, so you're able to get consecutive ones off. When we had to throw it, I thought Jared made some big-time throws. Guys came up in the clutch. I thought we protected really well when we did decide to throw it as well. But, you know, you want to be able to be a balanced offense. And we were fortunate throughout the year to be able to, you know, have some success running it or throwing it based on what we felt like was the best way to attack. We had so much respect for this defense going in, but it was a big challenge, and I thought Coach Cromer and the offensive line and our offensive coaching staff just getting a great game plan together, and then ultimately the players executing was special.
These guys just held Seattle 73 yards on the ground. You do 270. How remarkable is that?
It's a big-time deal because, you know, obviously Seattle led the league in rushing. They're a great rush offense, very committed to it, but we were able to do a couple different things tonight where our players made the plays, and that's a great defense. And tonight our guys executed at a really high level, and, you know, what else can you say but just great job by our players.
Talk about going for it on fourth.
All right, you find issue with what either coach had to explain there?
I don't.
Right?
I get it. You know, hey,
pretty simple.
It's part of the game. Where the game was won was the questions that were asked.
We ran it. They stopped the run.
Game time.
Essentially what they did is they set football back into the 1960s, but it was okay.
But it was
good.
fun to watch.
Exactly. Pounded. All right, so it's been a while since the Rams have played in that Roman numeral game. We flash back to the last time they actually just made the conference championship game, 2002. They were the St. Louis Rams then and had more gold than yellow, hosted the Eagles for the NFC crown. Kurt Warner, Hall of Famer. One touchdown to Isaac Bruce, soon to be in the Hall of Fame. That was in the first half. Marshall Faulk, Hall of Famer, 159 yards, 2 touchdown runs. Rams intercepted Donovan McNabb late. St. Louis would win at 29-24, and the Rams would go on to lose to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and I believe that's when we started the legacy of what is the greatest living American. For those who require wagering information on the game that will be upcoming, so we know who's one half of the NFC Championship game. That will be the Los Angeles Rams. If they go to New Orleans, play the Saints, they're a 3.5-point underdog. Okay, if they get to stay home, play Philly, McVay's team would be a 6.5-point favorite. Let us go by the numbers in the Rams' potential NFC Championship opponents. There were only 2 games all season that the Rams trailed by at least 17 points. Week 9 against the Saints, Week 15 against the Eagles. All right, well, starting with the Saints game, Drew Brees put up a near-perfect QBR of 95, because that's mostly what he does every week. That was the highest by any Rams opponent this season. The Saints won this thing 45-35, and again, that was down there in the Dome, where Ron will tell you, they get rolling, it gets cuckoo. Nick Foles, plenty of success in his own against the Rams defense, completed 77% of his passes in a 30-23 victory at the Coliseum. Was also the best by any quarterback against the Rams defense this season. Of course, we'll be seeing a lot more of Nick Foles than we will Carson Wentz. All right, so we spin it forward now, Championship Sunday. If it's the Rams and the Saints, how do we see it?
Well, if it's the Rams and the Saints, it's going to come down to can Littleton and Mark Barron stop Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram. When we watched this game early on this season, the downhill run for the Saints was very effective. They were also using Alvin Kamara out of the backfield in both the run and the pass, especially in the red zone. And that's going to be a huge matchup. The Rams employ very small, quick sideline-to-sideline type linebackers, so they're going to have to be able to match up physically with this run game of the New Orleans Saints if they have any chance of winning that rematch. And in this game against the Eagles, it is going to be, can you block them? Jared Goff was harassed. He was under stress, under duress so much. I was looking for Jeff Fisher. I thought Jeff Fisher was coaching the Rams again. Jared Goff regressed so much because of the way they couldn't block him. The run game couldn't get going. Even Andrew Whitworth, who was the captain and the stalwart of that offensive line, did not play well. They have to play better up front if the Philadelphia Eagles are the team to come into the Coliseum next weekend.
Who are they playing next week?
The Saints.
They're playing the Saints. All right, that's Ryan Clark. Excellent knowledge. I think we might steal you back here to go through the AFC. I know you have plenty of knowledge. We'll talk about the Chiefs and the Colts. And when we come back to it, we expect to hear from Jerry Jones midnight. We're here till midnight. And the Cowboys, we will try to hear from their owner.
Very good impression.
As I thought we had, played.
Jason.
All right, we got to get to the top of the hour here, then you get NFL prime time. But we're here for a bit more, and we'll hopefully hear from Jerry.
Yeah.